So yes, I should do all these videos in English. Main reason why I was doing them in French is I wanted the Québécois to understand what's going on, you know. And I was almost counting on this, but with the post that happened yesterday in my group, I realized that maybe it's a waste of time. But anyway, what happened in court in case number 700-01-133003-148 is just fraud. You see, they forced a juridical personality on me without my consent, and they stripped all the rights that should come with it. So there's no way I'm gonna do an appeal or whatever it is. The whole thing is fraud. So the only thing I could do is notice this court, or notice this judge is boss of that fraud, you know. So I did send a notice of fraud, stating that what happened in that court is pure fraud, and their job is to fix it, you know, or at least to send me back something saying that no, there was no fraud because of this, and this. But no one answered that notice of fraud, and I sent it twice. So why why this court of justice doesn't recognize fraud? I don't know. So no, there's no way for me to go in appeal. I don't have to do that. Since the very beginning in that court case, I've made very sure that there was no injured party, and the justice said it clearly that there was no injured party. It was the state that was suing me. That's exactly what he said, and that's exactly what is written in the transcript. So if the state is suing me, and they want to attribute to me a juridical personality, well, the first thing is I have to consent, which I didn't. And the second thing is they have to respect these rights that should come with it, you know, because believe it or not, but we have a charter in Quebec, a charter of rights and freedom, and the state is binded by this charter, you know. So if the state wants to sue me and create a juridical personality to do so, because that's what they are doing, you know. They just create a juridical personality, a legal fiction, so you can be it in court. But you have to accept that. You have to consent to that. You have to put your signature somewhere. And I didn't. Since day one, I removed Sûreté on me. Off me, sorry. Since day one, I'm telling these guys that I am not the party with Sûreté for that specific case or any other cases that they would want to create, you know. So Daou, come on, Pierre, docket number 700-01-133003-148, is not me. It never been me. They want me to possess that thing, and I agree. But there's only one condition. I want them to show me where is surety for that legal personality or legal person or legal fiction or juridical personality, whatever you want to call it, you know. So, you know, I was ready to administrate all this. I was ready to do what needs to be done. The only thing I was asking is, where is the party with surety so I can administrate correctly all this shit? They just refused, you know. I did explain what was surety, and I did explain what I wanted to do with it. They all listened to me. No one objected to anything or everything I said. The justice even told me in the morning, you know, yes, you have the right to the surety, and yes, we will present it to you. And then we went lunch, and after lunch he said, no, I will not reveal who is the party with surety, and no one will do it. So I asked right away, why are you violating my rights? I have the right to this, you know. Why are you stripping me from my rights? And no one answered that one. They just ignored everything, and they went along, and you know, they did what they had to do without considering any of my rights, fundamental rights. They just forced me to be what they need me to be to proceed, you know. Usually they need my consent to do that, but they just said, fuck off, you know. We will just pretend we have his consent, and we will just pretend that this surety thing never really happened, you know. We will just pretend we never received a notice of mistake, and we will just pretend that we didn't received a notice of fraud. You see, it's like they just ignore. At one point, they just ignore everything I do, like if I never did it, you know. Like, I know I was like, I was a big surprise for them, you know. Like, they are not used to that kind of stuff. I know that. I'm not stupid, but that doesn't mean I'm less right because they are not used to face a man who knows his rights. They told me I was right. They even told me that everything I said about surety was correct. But they just, you know, they just decided to, look, we will not respect your right to the surety of the person because, you know, just because. So, yep, that's what happened. I will come back with something else.